Look at this mess. What in the world have I got myself into? I've got this lady talking into my ear. I'm going to drive across the biggest mud puddle you've seen all day on some squirrely little bridge made out of sticks and rocks. Good luck. I thought I'd better film this. It may be the last time I ever see me. Of course, I tend to overreact a little bit sometimes. I don't know. I'm going right there to that building with the glass windows in it, the closest one. We'll park underneath it in the loading zone, and then we'll trot in there like we own the place. We'll go right underneath there at the bottom. And down there. It'll be a treat for YouTube, I'll tell you that right now. Wish this lady would shut up. You know, I can make her do that too, I think. Just push that end button right there. Okay. Woo! That was a relief. Wait a minute. Now how am I going to get where I'm going? I don't have anybody telling me in my ear which way to turn. Oh, look at this. We're getting a ticket. Well, not me, but this guy is. I just got here. I got 30 minutes before he can give me a ticket. So, I'm covered. There's a blonde over there smoking a cigarette. He's not shaking too much. Now, Wally, where'd your imagination go that time? All right, we got to go up to suite 1525. Let's take the stairs. What do you say? Carrying 2 big old toner cartridges. We could do that too. If I was as dumb as I truly look, I probably would give it a try. But as it is now, well, I don't see any point wasting a perfectly good bank of elevators. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful day. Absolutely amazing. The rain's a-coming down, the clouds are gray. All the people are kind of sad and upset, gloomy and depressed. People running in the rain in their shorts. We're having us a wonderful time. Just enjoying Oregon here. Continue on I-5 South, she says. Okay, well, there's not much else I can do. I'm pretty well boxed in here by traffic, so I guess I will. You notice that when you're driving around, a lot of times that everybody else is going faster than you are? I think that means I'm old. What do you think? Either that or I still place value on obeying the traffic laws. I'm trying to learn obedience, not so much to the traffic lawmakers, I guess, as I am to God. I can't think of anything more worth pursuing than trying to get to heaven one of these days. And it occurs to me after reading through the Bible just as much as I have, and I've got a long ways to go to understand all of it, but I do understand that obeying God is an important thing to God. He wants people to obey Him. That's what He calls love. Is if you love me, you will obey my commands. He says. He tells us plain. That's how He tells whether somebody loves Him or not. If you're not willing to even obey what He says, Him being God and everything, you know, not just some knockhead on the street. Why, then you don't love Him. Obeying someone that you love is one thing. Having to do something that somebody you hate tells you to do, that's a whole other thing. You kind of want to obey somebody when you love them. That's kind of the way love is. It's kind of fascinating that way. But anyways, I want to learn how to get to heaven. That's my main goal in this life. I'm not trying to marry the prettiest actress on the planet or get richer than Donald Trump or anything else. I just want to make it to heaven. That's all I care about. The truth of the matter is, that's a whole lot better than any big pile of money or any particular woman could be, no matter what she looks like. And it's not temporary like the rest of that stuff either. Going to heaven is forever, so there's really no logical way to try to defend the idea of having something be more important than making it to heaven. It's just not. If you think it is, you just haven't thought it through. Look at this. Speaking of things people didn't think through, my goodness, what in the world? Oh, it's just a dump truck broke down. That's not so bad. They could probably fix that in the rain. Not hit it. Oh, never mind. You don't go around calling people knotheads if you want to get to heaven. I'm working on it. Pray for me. I need it. I think it'll rain today. Welcome to beautiful downtown Oregon. There's so much water coming down here you could drown just walking across the street. If you were to fall face down in a puddle, you could. It could happen. I told you, I'm trying to get to heaven. I'm not looking for new ways to lie to people on YouTube. It could happen. Trust me on that one. There's a puddle right there. Living in the flesh is not a pretty thing. If you find some absolutely beautiful human being and you see them and you think, wow, I was wrong about the flesh, it's really something special, you just follow them around for a week or so. You'll find out you was wrong. You know I'm telling the truth. You live in a body too. You know what we go through on a daily basis. You know this is true. Just don't fall in a puddle face down. That's all I got to say. Don't do it. Guess where we are? Parking lot? In the garage? No, we're on the freeway. Look at us go. Whoop-de-doodle-do. I'm thinking that I'm in the wrong lane here. I'm gonna get over. I saw that arrow after I made the decision to get over, but I did see the cars in this lane going a lot faster than the rest of them anyways. There's some kind of commotion up there. See what it is? That's what you call your human error. Well, I don't know. That's an ODOT truck, isn't it? Yeah, some guy got his car all in the wrong way there. I couldn't see the whole story, but slowing down to see the whole story is probably a big bunch of the problem here today. So I'm not going to pursue that. From my perspective, I think what we really need is just to go on downtown. I can't control these people. Look at them. All I can do is be the old guy that obeys the speed limit. It's my plight. That's what Christians are supposed to do. We set the example and everybody else disregards it. But if we weren't here to set the example, I was just listening to Dr. James Martin on the radio saying that Christians are the barometer of the human race. I mean, if we were not here, there would be no control, no limits, no hint of morality anywhere. So I believe I'm doing the right thing. I don't mean to inconvenience any of you, but I you need an example of what's right. No, I'm talking to Siri. She's telling me to go the other way, and I said no. I usually try this way, even if it upsets the emotionless transistors that make up the heart and soul of the GPS lady in an iPhone 5. Just enjoy the weather. Don't worry about me and Siri. We'll get along just fine. Just sit back and enjoy the beautiful scenery and the weather and the wonderful high-spirited attitudes of the Oregon driver that comes from living it where it pours down water all over you every day and every night. This is what you call your backhoe graveyard, right here in the rain. It's a sad, sad thing. Not really to me, but if I were a backhoe, you know, hey, take it for what it's worth. This is just a vlog on YouTube. It's not anything you gotta live by. Always remember that. I'm vlogging in the rain. I'm vlogging in the rain over the slough out by Boeing. This big building at the end of the road, that's Boeing. They named it Boeing because they make airplanes, you know, things that go flying up into the air, go boing up into the air. Now, if you don't think that's how they got the name for Boeing, it's fine with me. There's no real sense to it any way I look at it, so I just play with it. Doesn't bother me. If it bothers you, get your own YouTube channel. That's all I can tell you. This is the headquarters for Waste Management. This is where all the decisions are made about garbage in this area. I'm doing a little speculating here too. That may not be true. Don't take my advice. And don't take my opinion. Take what you can get. If you have to. On the other hand, I am where I'm going, so I'm going to stop now. Could be worse. Might be 112 degrees outside, you know? You know, all hot and sweltery like that. We don't have to worry about that today at all. That's my dad's name, Ben Moore. Right on the back of that truck up there. See that? It's really hard to zero in on it when you're at 20x. Driving down the freeway. Pretty big, don't you think? Some of us are bad enough to look at when we're just at the normal 1-to-1 zoom. Look at them, all them gravestones over there. What do you suppose that means? Well, my guess would be that that's a graveyard.